Not every nightmare walks on 2 feet. Some sit quietly on a shelf, smiling, watching. For most people, dolls are just toys. But there are some that carry stories far too disturbing to ignore. Dolls that have been blamed for deaths, accidents, and curses. Some whisper in the dark, others move when no one is looking, and one, well, it's just growing older. By itself. In this episode of 4 Evergreen, you'll see a doll kept locked in a temple because its hair keeps growing long after its owner died. A plastic toy recalled for trying to eat children's fingers. And today's most viral Labubu doll. Many now say it's demonic. Keep the lights on. What you're about to see may just change how you look at the toys in your own home. Let's dive in. 16. Labubu 2000s Tins. Labubu is a modern collectible art toy created by Hong Kong artist Kaising Lung and popularized by Pop Mart blind boxes. With jagged teeth and wild eyes, Labubu looks like a Halloween jack-o'-lantern brought to life. Thanks to social media hype, especially on TikTok, Labubu became a must-have for Gen Z. Teens proudly dangle these creepy little monsters on bags as fashion charms. But in 2025, TikTok users insisted Labubu was based on Pazuzu, a Mesopotamian demon from The Exorcist. They pointed to its serpent grin and demonic vibes, warning followers, do not buy this demonic toy. Yet the truth is less sinister. Lung drew Labubu from Nordic fairy tales he read as a child in the Netherlands, not ancient demons. Despite the panic, sales exploded. One rare doll auctioned for $170,000, proving that ugly cute sells, even with satanic rumors. 15. Robert the Doll, 1904. Before Annabelle or Chucky, there was Robert. This 40-inch cloth doll with a sailor suit and beady black eyes was given to a young boy named Robert Eugene Otto in Key West, Florida. From the start, things were strange. The boy talked to the doll. Neighbors claimed they saw Robert moving from window to window when the house was empty. Over time, people blamed Robert the doll for accidents, breakups, and even deaths. The story grew so famous that it inspired the concept of Chucky from Child's Play. Visitors to the museum where Robert is kept today still report camera failures, cold chills, and strange whispers, especially if they make fun of the doll. The museum has a wall covered with apology letters from those who dare disrespect him. 14. Chucky, 1988. Chucky wasn't born evil. He was inspired by real dolls like Robert and Annabelle. In Child's Play, a serial killer's soul possesses a freckled good guy doll, a jab at 80s icons like My Buddy with his orange hair, overalls, and kitchen knife. Chucky blended childhood nostalgia with horror. His design used practical effects, animatronics for grumbling, and a child actor's voice for creepy giggles.
Stupid bitch, you filthy slut!
But Chucky's real genius was dark humor. He cursed like a sailor while stabbing victims. Fans loved it, turning him into a franchise with 8 films. Today, Chucky dolls are sold everywhere, some for cosplay, others for collectors. But the fear he created on screen turned him into one of the most famous creepy dolls in pop culture. As director Tom Holland said, dolls scare adults because they never blink. They're always watching. Momo. In 2018, kids worldwide panicked over Momo, a bulging-eyed statue with bird legs and a cracked smile. Viral posts claimed she hijacked YouTube Kids videos, ordering viewers to self-harm. Schools sent warnings. Police investigated, but Momo wasn't a demon. She was art. Japanese sculptor Keisuke Aiso made her for a Tokyo horror exhibit titled Mother Bird. The challenge was pure hoax. No verified cases occurred. Yet the panic worked because Momo looked unnervingly real. Her stretched skin and human teeth were molded from a real woman. Aiso eventually destroyed the sculpture as threats poured in.
Mama, Momo's going here. At night she'll come. When you're in bed in the morning, you will be.
If you liked this video so far, leave a like, and you can also check out these cute baby animals will make you go awe with their loveliness on our channel. 4evergreen.12th. Annabelle, 1970s, famous in 2010s. At first glance, the real Annabelle looks harmless. She's a soft, Raggedy Ann doll with red yarn hair, stitched eyes, and a smile. But behind that stitched smile lies a story that made millions uneasy. In the 1970s, two nurses claimed their doll moved on its own, left creepy notes, and even tried to hurt people. Paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren said it was possessed by a demon, not a ghost, and locked it in a glass case in their occult museum. A warning sign on the case reads, "Positively do not open." In the movies, Annabelle's appearance was changed to a cracked porcelain doll with dead eyes and a twisted grin, which made her even scarier. But the real terror comes from how people still react to the real doll. Some visitors say they feel dizzy near her. Others believe she cursed them after mocking her. 11. Remco's Baby Laugh-A-Lot, 1971. A doll that laughs doesn't sound scary until you hear this one. Baby Laugh-A-Lot was made in 1971 by Remco. She had a plastic face with blinking eyes, a wide-open grin, and a body that rocked while she giggled. The idea was to make kids laugh, but instead, it gave them nightmares. When turned on, the doll let out a high-pitched, fast, almost shrieking laugh. It wouldn't stop until the batteries died. Worse, as the batteries drained, the laugh slowed, becoming deeper, slower, and genuinely disturbing. The original TV commercial made it worse. It showed kids laughing in a trance while the doll's screech echoed in the background. Many who watched it say it felt cursed. That same year, Remco went bankrupt. Today, the commercial is still shared online as one of the creepiest ads ever made. 10. Little Miss No Name, 1965. Hasbro tried something different in 1965. Instead of a stylish Barbie, they released Little Miss No Name, a barefoot doll with big, sad eyes, a torn burlap dress, and a plastic teardrop on her cheek. Her hand was even held out as if she was begging. It was meant to teach children empathy during tough times. But most kids didn't want a sad doll. They were disturbed by her hollow stare and lifeless face. She looked more like a ghost child than a friend. Some parents said their kids cried when they saw her. Unsurprisingly, the doll flopped and was pulled from stores within 2 years. Still, she didn't disappear completely. As the years passed, people started collecting Little Miss No Name for her unique look and dark history. 9. The Eight-Legged Walking Doll, 1890s. In the late 1800s, toy makers in Europe designed a bizarre doll with 8 mechanical legs hidden under a long dress. When pushed, the legs moved together to make it walk across the floor. From above, it looked like a gliding little lady, but if you lifted the dress, you'd see a spider-like horror underneath. With a delicate gumbo face and a fragile smile, the doll had the charm of antique pottery, but the mechanical spider limbs gave it an unsettling twist. Very few were ever made. and even fewer survived into the 21st century. Collectors today have paid thousands for this rare relic. One sold for over $7,500 at auction. 8. The Aging Doll. Around the early 2010s, a story spread online about a doll that aged. A girl's family found her favorite baby doll in their attic after more than 10 years. But when they unwrapped it, the doll didn't look the same. Its face was wrinkled, the plastic had darkened, the hair was wiry, and the eyes looked sunken. It resembled an old woman. Experts say this kind of transformation is likely due to material breakdown. Over time, heat, humidity, and chemicals in plastic can cause dolls to discolor and deform. But that didn't stop the internet from calling it haunted. Photos went viral on Reddit and paranormal blogs, where people shared similar stories. The doll was eventually sold to a collector who believed it had absorbed energy from its owner. Before proceeding to our next selection, we invite you to explore our video on 10 mythical creatures that exist in the wild. Now, back to our list. 7. Cabbage Patch Snacktime Doll, 1996. In 1996, Mattel released the Snacktime Kid, a version of the famous Cabbage Patch dolls that could eat plastic snacks. It had a small motor inside that made the mouth chew when food was placed near it. There was no on-off switch. That's where things went wrong. Soon after release, reports started coming in that the doll was pulling in kids' hair and fingers.
Well, this particular doll began munching on 7-year-old Sarah Stevens' hair.
It couldn't tell the difference between a toy sandwich and a ponytail. In some cases, the doll's gears kept running, pulling hair in deeper until parents had to break the toy apart. The U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission stepped in, and in 1997, Mattel recalled more than 500,000 dolls. No child was seriously injured, but it scared many families. News shows and newspapers covered the story. It became one of the most infamous product recalls in toy history. 6. Billy the Puppet, 2004. Billy isn't a toy sold in stores. He's a puppet used by the killer in the Saw film series to deliver messages to victims. The first Saw movie came out in 2004, directed by James Wan. Billy has a white face with red spirals on the cheeks, black messy hair, a fixed smile, and a formal black suit. He's shown riding a red tricycle into dark rooms, and his slow movement is part of what makes him terrifying. The puppet was built by the director using simple materials: ping pong balls for eyes and paper mache for the head. Though it's not haunted, Billy became one of the most recognized horror figures in film history. His calm voice, paired with cruel puzzles, gave Saw a unique identity. Femte Fugler Funny Ugly Monster, 2010. Fugler started as handmade joke gifts. In 2010, a British artist named Mrs. McGettrick began sewing plush monsters with rows of fake human teeth. She posted them on Etsy, calling them Funny Ugly Monsters. Each one looked like a teddy bear gone wrong. Crooked eyes, misshaped faces, and mouths full of dentures, gold teeth, or braces. At first, they were a small internet oddity, but in 2018, toy company Spin Master turned them into a real toy line. The packaging warned, "Adopt at your own risk." Some kids loved the weird designs, while others found them disturbing. Fuglers became popular among both kids and adults, especially those with a taste for odd humor. You can now find over 50 different types, from mini monsters to glow-in-the-dark versions. 4th, Mr. Ted, the Cursed Teddy Bear. Mr. Ted was just a worn-out brown teddy bear until it started scaring everyone around it. In 2017, psychic medium Debbie Davis from England claimed the bear was causing unexplained sickness, nausea, and headaches in her home. She locked it in a box, but things got worse when she placed it on display at Bolsover Castle, a well-known haunted location. Paranormal investigators decided to spend a night near the bear. They used a spirit box, a radio that cycles through frequencies to supposedly pick up spirit voices. One team member claimed Mr. Ted responded clearly by growling, "Leave." Another fell ill during the session, and all of their camera equipment stopped working at exactly 3 a.m. After the event, the team decided it was too dangerous to keep. They drove 30 miles into the countryside and buried Mr. Ted in an undisclosed location. 3. Troll Doll, 1960s and 1990s. Troll dolls were first made in 1959 by a Danish woodcutter named Thomas Dam. He carved one for his daughter when he couldn't afford a Christmas gift. People loved the weird little figure with wild hair and a big smile. Soon, Dam started selling them. By the 1960s, they became a global hit. These dolls had big glassy eyes, flat noses, pot bellies, and bright neon hair that stood up straight. They were called good luck trolls because many believed they brought fortune. Their ugly, cute look was the opposite of Barbie, and that's part of why they became popular again in the 1990s. By then, they came in every theme: doctors, dancers, even glow-in-the-dark trolls. In 2016, DreamWorks released an animated movie based on them, starring Justin Timberlake and Anna Kendrick, making trolls popular with a new generation. Second HuggyWuggy, 2021. HuggyWuggy is a character from the horror video game Poppy Playtime, first released in 2021 by Moby Games. In the game, Huggy is a blue, tall creature with big, googly eyes, long arms, and a wide red mouth full of razor-sharp teeth. He was designed to be cute and friendly, but turned into something terrifying when he started chasing players through dark halls. Soon, toy versions of HuggyWuggy appeared online and in stores, but it wasn't just the game causing a stir. Children on TikTok and YouTube began watching fan-made. Schools in the UK and US warned parents that kids were repeating these lines on the playground. Parents and teachers complained that such a violent character was being sold as a plush toy. First Okiku Doll, 1918. In 1918, a Japanese boy bought a doll for his little sister, Okiku, in Sapporo. It was a traditional Ichimatsu doll with a soft face, black bob-cut hair, and a kimono. The girl loved the doll and named it after herself. Sadly, Okiku died of illness at just 3 years old. Her family placed the doll on a home altar in her memory. Over time, they noticed something strange. The doll's hair, which was once neatly cut to shoulder length, started growing, past her waist, even down to her knees. The family believed that Okiku's spirit had entered the doll. In 1938, they moved and left the doll at Menenji Temple in Hokkaido, where it remains today. Monks at the temple say they trim the doll's hair regularly, and scientific tests once confirmed the strands were human. And that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more captivating adventures from 4 Evergreen.